All right. Well, there's definitely a lot going on here in Milwaukee at the RNC. And we had a chance to also explore other parts of the state, including Kenosha, a town 40 miles from where we are right now. It's a city that you might recognize from the headlines of 2020 when the city experienced turmoil after the police shooting of Jacob Blake, a black father of 3. It was in Kenosha during these protests in 2020 that 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse shot and killed 3 men, shot 3 men, killing 2 of them. The city is still healing from that wound, the violence, but it's been freshly reopened by that attempt on the life of the former president. Here's our look inside this community. It's an idyllic community along the southwestern shore of Lake Michigan. Boats out on the water, fresh corn from the farmer's market. Kenosha, Wisconsin, is even home to the country's oldest operating velodrome. It's a charming slice of Americana. But that all changed when Kenosha burst into the national spotlight. 29-year-old Jacob Blake, father of 3, was shot 7 times by a local police officer, leaving him paralyzed from the waist down. There were protests, looting. Kenosha was on fire.
We're protecting from the citizens.
Then 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse arrives on the scene, armed with an AR-15 style rifle.
We don't have non-lethal.
He says he's there to protect a car dealership from rioters. Events escalate. Rittenhouse shoots 3 men, killing 2 of them, further exposing the political and racial divides in our country. Then, a trial that captured the nation's attention.
Not guilty.
Rittenhouse is acquitted. Beloved by gun rights advocates, he becomes a poster child for the Second Amendment and a new darling of the Republican Party.
Take a look at what happened.
Now, in the wake of yet another act of political violence, this time an assassination attempt on the former president, all eyes on this battleground state where Trump is here for the Republican National Convention.
Is it reigniting the same type of fears you went through 4 years ago, seeing this attempt on Trump's life?
Yes. Yes. Some of the residents are concerned.
Community activist Molly Gray Moores says her community is now having flashbacks to the fear felt here 4 years ago.
Oh my God, are we going backwards instead of moving forward? We need our city and our nation to come to one place where we all come together. We can't keep tearing up our city and our nation.
And Kenosha's new police chief agrees. We met up with him at the grand opening of the new Uptown Lofts and Children's Library, the same site where businesses and buildings burned to the ground 4 years ago.
We're getting a return on investing in the people and being present at things like this and saying, yeah, we're part of this, right? Like, this is a nice new library that came here because of need, and it came here because of tragedy. But now it's something that's here, and it's something for the community, and we're right there with you, and we're part of the community.
But just an hour after our conversation with Chief Patton, news of the attempted assassination breaks. This time, we catch up with Chief off-duty, community policing at a local parade.
So we went back into the community and got their reaction, and they say this is bringing back, PTS from what happened here 4 years ago. What are you telling them?
Well, the scars are there, the trauma is there. What I can tell them is we're different and we're better than we were in 2020.
Here in the rural parts of Kenosha, it's Trump country, and there's definitely been a wake-up call.
Does it concern you that people are taking out guns versus just going and voting to get their message across?
Yes, I think so. I think that's the wrong choice. I think that your words are a strong enough weapon. That's why we have voting. That's why we have this country. So if you can't go and vote like a respectable person, then maybe this isn't the place for you.
They may not always agree with us, but they have their opinion, we have our opinions. Let's not take it to that level of violence.
Violence is never the answer.
Yeah, violence is not the answer. It doesn't solve anything. If you want your opinion, you need to go out and vote.
The attempt on Trump's life shaking America to its core. Even Trump and Biden, who've been nasty political rivals, are calling for national unity. Trump taking to Truth Social, writing, "In this moment, it is more important than ever that we stand united and show our true character as Americans, remaining strong and determined and not allowing evil to win."
I want to speak to you tonight about the need for us to lower the temperature in our politics. And to remember, while we may disagree, we are not enemies.
Whatever side of the fence you fall on, an attack on an elected official or a former sitting president or a candidate for that matter is kind of an attack on our democracy. The world kind of looks to America as the leaders in that field. So this sets us back. We can't have it. It's un-American.
Let's work together. Everybody have a voice, use it. You don't have to use anger. You don't have to use weapons. None of that. That's not what we're about.
Lessons from a small town that an entire country can learn from.